Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Penny Pincher Firearms, and I have a special guest. Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Who are you?
I'm Nicolai.
Nicolai, who are you to me?
You're my dad.
I am your dad. You are my son. And today, I invited him to do a video with me. I did not make him. You wanted to do this, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So, what are we going to talk about?
Nagant Revolver.
The Nagant Revolver, the M1895 Nagant Revolver. This is actually his favorite gun in my collection. I think mostly because it's kind of a Nico-sized gun. He's 7 years old. He'll be 7 years old this Saturday. So, what do you want to know about the Nagant Revolver?
How it pushes.
How it pushes. So the cylinder, how that cylinder pushes forward and all that stuff?
How the cylinder turns.
How the cylinder turns. Okay, so I have it right here. I have it in the holster. No, don't grab it. So this is the universal holster I got. It's World War II era. It's RAF issue. It's supposed to be able to hold anything from a Browning high power to a Webley Mark IV, etc. Fits the Nagant Revolver perfectly. So you guys have seen previously my Nagant Revolver in a 2-minute rundown and a few other episodes where I just kind of bring up, you know, owning one of these. But I've never really kind of went into how these work. And I'm sure people have seen 1,000 episodes of this just like they've seen 1,000 episodes of Mosin Nagants being taken apart. But you know what? We're going to have fun with this, right, Nico?
Yep.
We're gonna take this thing apart and have a pretty good look inside and see what makes this particular revolver tick, because it is weird, and you know, it's an interesting gun, and it's always fun to find out how an interesting old gun works, right, Nico?
Yep.
All right, so let's get the camera around and take this thing apart. All right, so Nico is on that side of the camera. He's facing away from me, and we're gonna take this revolver apart. Now, disassembly, basic disassembly for cleaning is very simple. All we really have to do is go to the side, drop the loading gate. This is the loading gate right here. Twist the extractor or ejector. Twist it. In this case, if I can bring it close in, you'll notice this piece right here has to get past this piece right here. I'm not sure exactly. I guess this would be a disassembly lever right here. But it needs to force its way past, or not force its way, but get past that. And if you turn this all the way over too far, it won't come out. So it's important that you line that up properly. So just pointing that out. Then you take the cylinder axis out, and it goes bouncing around with its bunnies over there. You can put your bunny right there. Put one of them down there. And you put both of them down there. So the bunnies are going to watch. After that, after you get that cylinder axis out comes the barrel, or the cylinder, sorry. So really, at this point, this is all you need to do to disassemble the handgun. You'll notice that the barrel is chrome lined. This is chrome right here, and then towards the inside it would all be chrome lined. The outside of it, of course, is this kind of nice bluing. You'll notice that I've actually re-blued the outside of this part of the cylinder. I actually sanded it down and polished it, and that actually really made the gun a lot easier to work with. So now, I've talked about in the past how a revolver works, right, Nico?
Yeah.
I've told him about it, and basically it's a ratchet. So Nico, if you want to look over here too, see right here?
Whoa.
This right here is the ratchet on the back of the cylinder. And then you have a thing, if you look closely, I'm showing it to the viewers here.
Whoa.
This is the hand, or the pawl, that pushes on those ratchets and makes the cylinder turn and index to the next chamber. So the chamber is lined up behind the barrel. That's basically how a revolver works. The hammer acts on that hand and pushes the cylinder around until you get to the next chamber, and then you have a cylinder stop down here, which is that hump. Let me move this out of the way so you can see that better. So, see that hump? It comes up. That's the cylinder stop. However, since this cylinder pushes forward onto the barrel, it's not perfect here. what it does is this will come up and push the cylinder against the barrel right here. And you'll notice that there's this cutout right here. And that's so that the little bit of the bullet, which I don't have any of them, the 7.62x3.8 rimmed, will actually go into the forcing cone right here in the barrel. And this spring pushes back against this, so when you have the hammer all the way forward, cylinder goes back into position where it's supposed to be, and everything can run another time. But this is basically what pushes the cylinder into place and ensures that you have a proper seal for this gas sealed revolver. So the next thing that we have here that's just kind of cool, get it to focus again, is this one has the original plastic grips, Bakelite or whatever you want to call them. They're plastic grips, and they're the originals. And really, if you look very closely, and I don't know if I can get, there we go. You see that square right there?
Yep.
That's the refit square.
Oh.
And if it had a line through it, that means that this thing was reconditioned. This was not a reconditioned revolver. This revolver is pretty much all original from when it was made in 1938. And as you can see, it was made at Tula, just like my Mosin Nagant. So that's kind of a cool thing. And you can see the original serial numbers. All the serial numbers on all of the parts on this gun that have serial numbers or should have serial numbers match to this handgun. So that's kind of a nice touch. Another thing that you'll notice is when you have the hammer all the way back, the hand stays up, and then you have this block back here. That block is not actually to force the cylinder forward into the forcing cone. This block back here, you paying attention, Nico? Yeah. He's totally paying attention. This will actually hold the round in place. It doesn't actually do anything really to hold the cylinder in place, because if you'll notice, when I reassemble it, I'll reassemble it right now. It's really easy. Put that cylinder back in. Put the pin back in. And get it nice and tight in there. Twist that back. Put the loading gate back up. You'll notice it doesn't actually, and my hammer's back, as you can see, it doesn't actually push against the cylinder. The thing that holds the cylinder in place is that cylinder stop, which also pushes the cylinder forward into the forcing cone. All that does is holds the back of the bullet in place so you have a proper seal once again. So the extractor is pretty cheesy and kind of sad. You open your loading gate and you have that twist at 90 degrees, twist this again, I think about 45 degrees, and you twist this and push out like that. Kind of sad. I've kind of broken this one in nicely, so it works a little better than when I bought it. This was pretty much a new revolver. I don't think this one actually saw any service in the past. It was pretty much a new revolver when I bought it. I bought it from Games or Handguns of the World online. My son's just knocking around back there. What you doing, Nico? You're watching me still?
Yeah.
But that's pretty much the function of this revolver. It's otherwise basically like any other revolver. The way it operates is a little bit different, but for the most part, nothing is changed other than that cylinder moving forward. Because as you might notice on other revolvers, that gap would not be there even when the hammer was forward. So now you've seen kind of the simple disassembly of the revolver. I don't think he has the attention span for taking apart the whole thing and bouncing around on my bed / studio. So what did you think, Nico? What do you think of the Nagant Revolver?
Very nice.
It's a very nice revolver. What's one of your favorite things about the Nagant Revolver?
How it turns. Oh. The cock.
Well, with the bunnies in your hands, it's kind of hard to cock the hammer. I have actually filed down the spring some, so it's a much lighter spring.
I cocked it.
Still pretty heavy. He has a lot easier time with my my cap and ball revolvers, which have even lighter springs.
And that's how it works.
That is how it works. So you get to see how it works. Now, for those people out there that are going to watch this video and go, oh my god, that's so dangerous, you're letting your 7-year-old near guns. Nico, is this gun safe?
Nice.
Is it safe?
It is.
What makes you know it's safe?
that it's just short.
No. What is missing from this that makes it safe? What would be in it that would make it dangerous?
The bullet.
The bullets, exactly. And the bullets are not in there. So it's safe. And he knows. He knows that if it had bullets in it, he's not allowed to touch it. He knows how to recognize when a firearm is loaded and recognizes that that is a dangerous state for the firearm, especially for somebody that age. So he's quite aware. And I don't need people coming on here and telling me that I'm doing something horribly dangerous. Because it's important to talk to your kids about guns when they're young. And that's why I'm doing this. It's important for them to learn that it's a safe hobby. It can be a safe hobby. And it doesn't have to be a violent or aggressive thing. Typically, his interest in guns is more related to the mechanical side of things, though lately he's been more interested in the ballistics because we've been watching a lot of stuff on Tauflader Mouse, so he gets to see like how things work. He's trying to work the hammer again. Problem is he's holding down the trigger, and it's a double action. Well, double or single, it doesn't matter. Ah, he heard me. So he took his finger off the trigger. So he's not quite ready to go shooting. We might do some 22 plinking when I go out to New Mexico when he comes to visit me. So I do have an old 22. You guys have seen it in one of my videos. And that's the plan. He's going to learn more about guns. It's very important that he learns about the mechanics of guns and gun safety before he ever actually gets to pull the trigger on a gun. Though, you have actually shot a 22 in the past, haven't you?
Yep.
You remember how old you were?
Oh.
You don't remember?
I don't remember.
He was 3 years old. He shot a little Ruger 22 revolver over at my dad's ranch. So he's done it before. He wasn't quite old enough to comprehend what was going on, other than it was really cool. Now that he's going to be 7 years old, I think he's about ready to start getting into shooting. I'd like to take him to a range and show him around, see what that's like. And then in New Mexico, teach him how to shoot up there. Don't kick my tripod. So that's where the camera's wiggling. So, do you know what my tagline is, Nico?
No.
You don't know my tagline. I don't think I've ever told him my tagline. So, guys, thanks for watching. And just remember, a good gun doesn't have to cost a pretty penny. That's my tagline. What do you think?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Hey, guys. So, if you liked the video, go ahead and press like. If you like the channel, go ahead and press subscribe. And if you really like the channel and you want to become a patron, go check out my Patreon at patreon.com/pennypincherfirearms. And always remember, a good gun doesn't have to cost a pretty penny.